Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News at noon starts now.
Right now at noon, President Biden is in Detroit to take a tour of the auto show floor at the North American International Auto Show.
Yeah, he actually touched down at Metro Airport just over an hour ago. He was with Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg, very fitting. The president was also with members of Michigan's congressional delegation and was met by Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan. So today, as you know, kicks off the premier event in Detroit, and the president is here to get things started.
Looked like he was really eyeing something in the Chevy exhibit.
Yeah, I could see with the license plate, JB.
Yes, he is getting a look at the new auto innovation in Detroit before the show opens to the public, with a specific attention on electrification. As we take a live look at Huntington Place right now, the president is making the rounds and looking at all of the cars. Rod Maloney is live outside of Huntington Place, but Rod, the show is carrying on with a lot of normal activities and a lot of new ones as well. North American Car and Truck Awards happening today too.
Yeah, that happened this morning, but it wasn't the actual awards, it was the nominations, because we've changed everything, right? It's September now, and we'll talk about that in a second. But when we talk about the president, we're actually outside the show floor. We're here in Huntington Place on the Detroit River, outside the media center, which is sort of where they banished us, because when you're the president, you get the whole show floor to yourself, which he has. And, you'll remember that the president was the son of a guy who ran a car dealership. So cars are certainly in his blood, and he wanted to get a chance to come out and check it today and look at the F-150, which you remember he drove about a year ago out at kick off the show. But because the show is now in September, we'll have to wait to hear those because they haven't picked the winners yet. So today we learned there are only 3 trucks that are newly announced this year: the F-150 Lightning, the Chevy Silverado ZR2, and the Lordstown Endurance from the upstart startup EV automaker. CEO Edward Hightower told Local 4 it's an honor getting on the dance floor with these long-respected and highly decorated truck makers.
Full battery electric, second most popular segment in the United States. Unique attributes of our in-wheel hub motors. The vehicle is very responsive, and it's designed specifically for commercial fleet customers, so people who use their trucks for work. So we think they're going to love it.
There are no domestic brands in the new car space. NACTOY juror, board member, and WWJ auto reporter Jeff Gilbert tells us there's a simple reason for that.
Because I don't think any of the domestic car makers introduced passenger cars this year because they're not focusing on passenger cars.
There are more than a dozen SUVs on the list, including the Cadillac Lyriq. And to pick the winners, it requires the 50 journalist judges from every corner of the auto business to drive them, which they will in 3 days over the coming months, a much broader group than Car and Driver and Motor Trend editors.
And we all have 25 points to allocate in the first round, 10 points in the other round. So it becomes a consensus of a lot of different people with a lot of different backgrounds. And to me, that's what gives the award the most value.
Now, that's a lot of vehicles, right? We got 3 trucks, we have 13 SUVs, and 10 cars. So if you want to see the whole list, if you're kind of into this stuff, go to the website, clickondetroit.com. You'll see it there. Back to you.
Yeah,
so
we're excited about this.
We are very excited, and it's very interesting what you said about just the car space. What about the actual announcement of the Car and Truck Award winners?
Well, we get to come back. Park is on in January. On January 11th, they're going to have their announcements, which is the traditional time to do that. And they've not changed that calendar because they have to get 50 people in one spot, drive all the cars and all of that. So they haven't changed it around, at least yet. We'll see if that changes in the future, but we'll have it for you come January.
All right.
Sounds good. And actually, we're glad that we get to experience the auto show in the summer months and not with everything else in January. Thank you, Rod. President Biden is expected to announce a new investment in electric car charging stations. That's going to happen today at some point during his visit as well.
He's obviously very passionate about this. The U.S. is planning on spending $900 million to build charging stations at locations across the 53,000 miles of highway. The money is part of the new bipartisan infrastructure bill, and we're going to be carrying his speech live for you right here on Local 4 and on Local 4 Plus. We're expecting him to talk around 1:45 p.m., so stick around for that.
And it's a big night on Friday night. It is the charity preview. Devin and I will host, along with some of our other colleagues, for all the glitz and glamour and, of course, the charitable impact of children's charities across Metro Detroit. Our show is Friday night at 7 p.m. right there at Huntington Place, the indoor and outdoor experience. So we hope that you will tune in and join us.
Well, we do want to keep you updated with the forecast because, as we've been telling everybody, there are components that are indoors and outdoors for this year's North American International Auto Show.
It's like an outdoor festival that's going on at Campus Martius Park and Hart Plaza. So, Brandon, we are, of course, hoping that the sunshine can continue all the way through, I don't know, the 25th of September.
That would be nice.
When the auto show
Specifically
leaves.
Today, though, Brandon.
It's the very first auto show where everyone will want everything to be outside. We've got low and middle 70s out there right now. It is 67 up in Sandusky, a little more cloud cover north. We also have a little bit of a breeze blowing that's not problematic, but it's keeping things very comfortable. It's a west-northwest wind, anywhere from 5 to 12 miles an hour. And at times through the afternoon, could be a little heavier wind up on the shorelines of Lake Huron. So we have a small craft advisory through the afternoon for what could be 3-4 foot waves. Watch out for that. Again, there's a little more cloud cover north, but the rest of us are getting in on some beautiful sunshine. Average high this time of year is 75, which is where we're at now. On our way to 80 degrees. So get out there, enjoy today. Does summer continue or fall begin? Coming up.
All right. Thank you, Brandon. And we do want to get to breaking news out of a neighborhood on Detroit's west side where a barricaded situation has just ended, but it did prompt a lockdown of those neighbors in that general area. 7 people have been brought out of that house, which is in the area of Joy Road and Grandmont.
Now, this all started earlier this morning when a vehicle linked to a recent homicide was spotted on a freeway, with the driver reportedly pointing a semi-automatic weapon at other vehicles. Now, officers followed the vehicle to this neighborhood that you're looking at here. They enacted their barricaded persons protocol, and they're interviewing those 7 people that were removed from the home. So we're going to know, we anticipate knowing more about any arrests soon. But again, this barricaded situation right near Joy and Grandmont on Detroit's west side is now over.
And also here at noon, we are monitoring new developments out of Fraser after a deadly stabbing put 2 schools on lockdown.
Yeah, it impacted a middle school and a Fraser High School right near Garfield and Klein. Sean Lay joins us now from Fraser with more on what we know. Sean?
Here's exactly what we know. Fraser schools, they tell us this morning, there were counselors on hand at school. They tell us added Fraser police were also here at the high school and middle school. Also, there's a planned early release. School just released at 11:45 this morning. Fraser schools are not, however, saying anything about an off-campus incident right now. Yesterday, they reportedly involved Fraser High School students. Now, after school yesterday at 4:45, there was a stabbing, we're told, near Garfield and 14 Mile. In response to that, Fraser schools told parents in an email that Fraser Public Safety notified them to place both the middle school here and high school on what's called an external lockdown as a safety precaution. Fraser School says they ended all athletic activities and after-school events and cleared their buildings until an all-clear was given. They also afterwards canceled all evening activities. Were students involved in the stabbing? Fraser schools say they can't say right now, saying Fraser police is handling everything about the investigation. Fraser police have not responded to us today. The Macomb County prosecutor, we spoke with him, Pete Lucido. He says they're waiting for a complete investigative report into what happened. So we're here in Fraser right now. We're going to collect the facts and have them for you live at 5 o'clock. In Fraser, Sean Lay, Local 4.
All right, Sean, thank you. 3 schools in Macomb County are closed today, and this is all because of a threat on social media. Warren Consolidated Schools canceled classes at Cuzno High School, Community High School, and Charter Middle School. Police say that the threat was made to shoot up the schools. Warren police say that they must take these threats seriously, and they might even turn to federal authorities for help. So we'll keep you updated as we get new details there. Well, there was quite the display for Queen Elizabeth within the past few hours. The Queen's coffin is now in Westminster Hall, where she will lie in state for 4 days.
Her body was brought from Buckingham Palace in a procession led by members of the royal family. And as we take a live look at Westminster Hall, tens of thousands of people are expected to pay their respects to the Queen over the next 4 days. I probably think it could be in the hundreds of thousands, to be honest. Jay Gray reports from London. They're being told that they may be waiting up to 30 hours to say their final goodbyes.
Well, this midday, Queen Elizabeth has left Buckingham Palace for the last time. Her black oak coffin loaded onto a horse-drawn carriage, the procession leading out of the palace and down the mall, lined by flags, of course, but also hundreds of thousands who had gathered here to say their last goodbye, to be a part of this history and show their respect for the royal family. The procession moving slowly down the mall toward Westminster, where she will lie in state. Included in that group, members of the royal family. Of course, her son, King Charles, walking with the coffin. His sons, Prince William and Prince Harry, also walking. All of the royal family members, somber, stoic, as they make this slow march toward Westminster, where there will be a brief church service, and then she will lie in state over the next 4 days here. And all of this to honor a woman who dedicated her life to the service of the UK and Commonwealths for more than 70 years. And so those who have gathered here, again, want to pay their respects, and some already waiting in line for days to walk past her coffin once that opportunity comes. That's the latest from here in London. I'm Jay Gray. Now back to you.
All right, Jay, thank you. And Local 4 will have a presence there in London as well. Our Kimberly Gill is headed there for the Queen's funeral coverage. You can expect her live reports throughout the weekend.